Governor Romney taking a big lead in a new swing state poll. According to the Rasmussen poll of 11 swing states, Governor Romney now leading President Obama 50% to 45%. Now that is the biggest lead either candidate has held in 3 weeks. The poll, though, was completed before the end of last night's debate. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin joins us. Good evening, Governor.
Hi, Greta. How are you?
Very well. Your thoughts about last night's debate now that you've had about 24 hours to think about it?
Well, watching the debate in real time, of course, it was a bit frustrating. Trying to, I guess, vicariously live through Romney and answer some of those false charges, the many, many false charges leveled against him by our President Obama. And Romney, I think, just couldn't keep up with all the lies and the spin of Barack Obama, the mocking, the criticism, the arrogance, the petulant attitude of our president. It's so refreshing, though, to watch these debates and know that finally American voters can see, minus the filter of the mainstream media, they can see and they can hear what Mitt Romney actually stands for, and they can have faith that we have a good choice that is in contrast to the failed policy, the failed administration of Barack Obama's.
Well, many people in the Republican Party, though, they were burning up my email account last night during the debate and also during our late show. They were complaining that Governor Romney didn't challenge President Obama on the Libya situation. It was rather sort of a gentle passing, and everybody moved on. Your thought about that?
Well, I think now, 24 hours after this debate, now hearing your breaking news about what happened in real time, the information that was provided to the State Department, to the White House via these emails on the Benghazi attack, I think that Mitt Romney perhaps would have a different approach to the answers in the debate last night. Why is it, Greta, that it's you, it's Fox News that has to break this news that on September 11th, those weeks ago, that our State Department did know in real time? 300 to 400 Obama administration officials knew that this Benghazi attack was a terrorist attack, and yet they went out there and they lied to the American people for weeks on end. Now, these 300 to 400 people in the Obama administration who received these emails in real time, knowing that this was an attack, they're friends with people in the mainstream media. They party with these people in the mainstream media, and it's not the mainstream media who's busting out the story, the truth on this. They've protected Barack Obama and his people in this administration, allowing this lie to be perpetuated, to continue for all these weeks, that this attack was due to some benign video that no one really has seen a trailer of a video on YouTube. It's ridiculous, and I'm proud of Fox News for busting this story out anyway.
Well, I should give credit. It was my colleague Chad Pergram, who was a Capitol Hill producer, who sent this, who just got these emails very late tonight and immediately emailed them to all of us. So Chad's the one who got them for us. You know, it is sort of curious, though, that this video story. I mean, I hate to be so hung up on something, but I really don't understand. Why? I mean, why didn't he just say we don't know? Why did he try to sort of deflect it and misdirect us to it? I just, for the life of me, when something is, is so important as to what happened on our property, the consulate, on September 11th, when they were watching it by the drones overhead. They knew the crisis was going on, and they come up with this video story when they knew right then and there that night in real time that a group they declared as terrorists on their own websites linked to Al-Qaeda. And they talk about this video, and they try to tell us that.
Exactly, Greta. Keep investigating. Keep trying to find what the purpose would be in this cover-up, and why the mainstream media and protecting Obama would perpetuate this cover-up. It's atrocious. It's appalling. And yet, it's not surprising. There is no moral compass there in this administration. There isn't a moral compass in our mainstream media. It is a corrupt mainstream media. What breaks my heart about all this, besides the loss of 4 brave Americans through this tragedy, is that we have our troops, we have our sons and daughters overseas fighting for that freedom of the press in America. And yet there is abuse of that freedom of the press, where the press gets out there and they think that they're free to lie to the American people about what's going on. In the meantime, we have 6,000 of our troops who have lost their lives in Iraq and Afghanistan in these recent years, fighting to protect the freedoms here in America, our First Amendment rights. And it absolutely breaks my heart. Perhaps I'm the wrong person to ask to comment on such an issue when I have loved ones over there in war zones. And Greta, I just think it's absolutely appalling. This more than anything else in the Obama administration, that they tried to pull the wool over the American public eyes until these emails came out tonight, trying to pretend like it was something other than what the facts show that it actually was in Benghazi.
I wish the president would address the nation on this, because maybe I have it all wrong. I don't see it any other way, and I hate to think of our government lying to us. And it's like, because I can't figure this one, I can't figure out this video thing, and yet the evidence. I can't set it down. An email in real time. It is what it is, and if there's an explanation, I would really like to hear from the president. I know the president was in the Oval Office that night, the vice president was there, the Secretary of Defense, and they're watching in real time. They've got drones over, and they've got phone calls, and we have 4 Americans who are literally trapped over there and either shot to death or burned to death as we're watching. And this whole video story just simply is beyond me.
But Greta, don't be surprised that this administration is capable of lying. Look at what Barack Obama even said last night. Tip of the iceberg, the lies that he was throwing out there at Romney. He tried to claim that sequestration was just a proposal. It's a law. He says that sequestration ain't going to happen. Is he going to ignore the law that he signed? Is he going to ignore the Constitution and the people's will be there?
Bob Woodward says the sequestration was his administration's idea.
It was his hammer.
They started it. They're the ones who came up with the idea. They're the ones who sold it to Congress, and now they're trying to push it off on Congress.
And they is Barack Obama, as an individual, told the American people last night that it was just a proposal of Congress's and it wasn't going to happen. It's a law. He signed it. He has no respect for the different branches of government, for the Constitution that mandates that he, as the executive, will fulfill the will of the people via Congress. And last night, one thing after another with the false charges and the false claims, Romney could not keep up with all the untruths, with the lies. So don't be surprised on this Libya attack, too, that things aren't as they had appeared for those weeks.
Governor, thank you.
Thank you so much, Greta.
Straight ahead.